The veiled path of Redwood Creek. Ancient secrets lie dormant. A map whispers to the chosen. Will you heed the call? This odyssey will redefine destiny. The time-worn map, a tapestry of faded ink and brittle parchment, pulsed with a subtle warmth in Jasper's hand. He traced the cryptic pathways, a labyrinth leading to a locale identified solely as the Verdant Sanctuary. This relic belonged to his grandfather, a man who had mysteriously vanished years prior, leaving behind only fragmented tales and this enigmatic guide. The map charted a familiar territory, the Redwood National Park. Yet this particular destination remained an enigma, concealed within the vast expanse of ancient trees. Compelled by an insatiable desire for answers and a yearning to reconnect with his lost kin, Jasper resolved to embark on this expedition. He meticulously assembled his gear, a weathered backpack housing essential provisions, a vintage compass, a tattered journal filled with his grandfather's notes, and a meager supply of protein bars. Departing from the familiar solace of his modest apartment in Crescent City, he inhaled the invigorating aroma of pine and damp earth as he drove towards the park's embrace. The trailhead lay deserted, a slender path veiled by the dense undergrowth. As Jasper ventured deeper into the arboreal realm, the forest seemed to constrict around him, the cacophony of civilization fading into an ethereal silence, replaced by the rustling of leaves and the distant, haunting call of a raven. Sunlight struggled to pierce the verdant canopy, casting elongated, dancing shadows that seemed to possess a life of their own. The path ahead grew increasingly obscure, almost untraceable. He chanced upon a secluded creek, its crystalline waters mirroring the emerald hues of the surrounding foliage. The map hinted at a crossing point nearby, a fallen redwood log bridging the narrow waterway. As he gingerly traversed this natural bridge, he discerned a peculiar marking etched into the aged bark, a symbol that resonated with an entry in his grandfather's journal. A surge of adrenaline coursed through his veins, confirming he was on the correct trajectory, tantalizingly close to the truth. Days melded into nights as Jasper pressed onward, his resolve fortified by an escalating sense of urgency. He encountered the denizens of the wilderness, observing deer grazing peacefully in sun-drenched clearings, and the occasional black bear foraging for sustenance. He slumbered beneath the celestial tapestry, the Milky Way a breathtaking panorama above. The solitude of the wilderness proved both daunting and exhilarating, compelling him to confront his inner demons and rely on primal instincts. The terrain morphed into a more formidable adversary, with precipitous inclines and treacherous descents that rigorously tested his physical and mental stamina. He found himself increasingly reliant on the map's cryptic guidance, its enigmatic clues his only solace in the labyrinthine forest. He unearthed hidden grottos adorned with ancient petroglyphs, vestiges of a forgotten civilization that once flourished in this secluded domain. Each discovery further ignited his curiosity. One twilight, as the sun descended below the horizon, casting a warm, golden luminescence upon the towering redwoods, Jasper emerged into a clearing. Dominating the center stood a colossal, ancient tree, its girth surpassing any he had ever beheld. Nestled at its base, partially obscured by a tangle of roots, lay a small, unassuming wooden box. A tremor coursed through his hands as he reached for it, his heart pounding against his ribs. This was the culmination of his arduous quest. With bated breath, he delicately opened the box, unveiling a trove of letters and photographs. The letters, penned in his grandfather's distinctive script, chronicled his explorations and his discovery of a hidden valley, a sanctuary of unparalleled beauty. The photographs depicted a verdant paradise, a stark contrast to the rugged terrain Jasper had traversed. A profound wave of emotion washed over him as he grasped the magnitude of his grandfather's findings and his ultimate choice. The letters divulged a clandestine community dwelling in harmony with nature, far removed from the intrusive gaze of the modern world. His grandfather had elected to join this secluded enclave, forsaking his former life to embrace a simpler, more meaningful existence. He had discovered tranquility and purpose within this hidden haven, a life unburdened by the constraints of conventional society. Jasper felt a profound sense of empathy, an unexpected connection to his grandfather's decision. The final missive contained meticulous directions to the concealed valley, a perilous route known only to a select few. Jasper meticulously studied the instructions, committing each detail to memory. He stood at a crossroads, faced with a pivotal choice: to retreat to his former life or to follow in his grandfather's footsteps and seek out this enigmatic community. The weight of his past and the allure of an uncharted future tugged at him, creating an internal conflict. He spent the night in profound contemplation, the stillness of the forest punctuated only by the crackling of his campfire. As the first rays of dawn filtered through the ancient trees, he reached a decision. He would honor his grandfather's legacy and continue the journey. He gathered his belongings, a newfound sense of purpose surging within him. He was no longer merely seeking answers. He was embarking on a quest for self-discovery, a chance to forge his own destiny. The path leading to the valley proved even more arduous than anticipated, a serpentine trail clinging precariously to the edge of a sheer cliff. He navigated treacherous rockfalls and dense thickets, his body protesting with each step, his resolve tested at every turn. Yet he persevered, fueled by an unwavering hope of finding the sanctuary his grandfather had described, a place where he, too, might discover solace and a sense of belonging. He needed to see it with his own eyes. After days of grueling travel, he finally arrived at the valley's entrance, a constricted passage concealed behind a cascading waterfall. As he stepped through the aqueous veil, a gasp escaped his lips. Before him unfolded a breathtaking panorama, a hidden Eden bathed in the golden hues of the afternoon sun. Verdant meadows, a riot of wildflowers, and a crystalline river meandering through the valley floor. It surpassed even the beauty captured in the photographs, a living dream. He was greeted by the valley's inhabitants, a diverse collective who had chosen a life of harmonious coexistence with nature. They welcomed him with open arms, sharing their narratives and their unique way of life. Jasper learned of their sustainable practices, their profound reverence for the environment, and their unwavering commitment to living in balance with the natural world. He experienced a sense of belonging he had never known, a connection to something far greater than himself. Jasper immersed himself in the rhythms of the valley, learning from the community and contributing to their way of life. He unearthed a latent talent for woodworking, meticulously crafting intricate pieces from fallen timber. He found profound solace in the simplicity of their existence, the absence of intrusive technology, and the ceaseless clamor of modern life. He had discovered his own verdant sanctuary, a place where he could finally heal, grow, and find his true purpose.